6 in the morning, party's over, yet they still converge at the pool. This is like, has always been like the central part of Kalani. Nothing's changed, it's still the central part. They partied last night, they danced hard, they played their music, they jumped about and yelled woo-hoo a bunch, and now it's over, time to go home. This is the last few moments of their joy at Kalani for this party, but there'll be more, I'm sure. To some of you, seeing all these tents in the lawn here, it may seem like this new thing at Kalani, but it's really not. It's actually the old way of Kalani. When I first started here in 2007, this was the campground. It's the campground again. This is like a little village for Punatics. It's as if they left their home, said, I'm going to start a new life down the road at Kalani now that the gate's working can open again. So they fled here, they established their little homestead, they have a little village, they brought their tents. They're not really demanding too much of the resources here at Kalani, which is a good thing. They just need their tents. I imagine they forage for food, maybe brew their own coffee, grow their own coffee beans, roast it, but I haven't really seen evidence of that. It's just a theory. But yeah, Kalani is like going back to the old days, back to camping in the A-frame village area. Getting a little more perspective on the Kalani lawn in the morning here. We were here last night, but it's all dark. Couldn't really tell what was what. But here in the daylight, we can see Kalani has become one giant campground. It's expanded from Ahomai village. We don't know what's going on in the regular campground, but I don't think it matters. This Kalani itself is the new campground. We decided to take a look inside of one of these tents that we see here. I hope I'm not intruding on anybody's personal space too much, but we just want to show you they have a sleepover. This is the big sleepover tent. Lots of people. I would say at least 4 people can, no, more than 4. 14 people could sleep on this bed. This is for people who don't have a lot of money to spend here at Kalani, the new Kalani. They need to combine resources, combine beds. They probably shower together too, I'm guessing. I don't know where they are. I hope they don't show up and say, hey, what are you doing in my tent? Get the hell out, you asshole. Hope that doesn't happen. If it does, I'm prepared to fight. So yeah, this is how people are living at Kalani now. It's very different from what we used to experience, isn't it? Back in the day when everybody lived in tents and A-frames and rooms, they would go out of their way to make the place look really nice. They would be very extravagant, some of them. Well, since now everybody's living out here, since this is the new campground, this is the new living situation at Kalani, they just live at the yard. They are fixing it up, making it look nice with chandeliers. I think that's pretty nice, actually. So whoever lives in this little area right here, I really like what you're doing with the spot. Good job. It appears Richard is preparing for his new life. We don't know how longer he's going to be able to live at OV. It seems he's moving into this little tent. He's getting into the spirit of the new Kalani, the new campground, just the nature, living in nature. Forget walls, forget wood. You don't need a floor, you don't need a ceiling. You have grass, you have the clouds. The sun will illuminate your art. Richard has, yeah, what can I say? He brought his shoes out here. He's moving in. He's eliminated most of what he owns. He's boiled it down to just these few art supplies. We salute you, Richard.
Watch it. Yeah, no, you need to watch it. I think it was like 1960s.
Buddha is as chill and relaxed as ever. Looks like people are making offerings to him. I never knew that was something people did. Bringing food to this reclining Buddha. This is the Buddha at the end of his life. I don't know if you know that, but a reclining Buddha, this is him in the last days of his life. I don't think he really needs food. I don't think that's really what's on his mind. He's more thinking about enlightenment and all that kind of cool stuff that only the Buddha would think about. An apple, a mango, and some Lilikoi, probably not on his mind, but you know, if it makes people feel good to leave him food, more power to them. Really can't have a party without generating some degree of trash. Look at this pile of mess. Look at this. This is wrong. This is like, I don't know what that's like, but it pisses me off. This used to be a beautiful campus. The years I lived here, we never left piles of trash around. Who's taking care of this? Where are the garbage people? Where are the people who go around in the trucks and pick this stuff up? In my day, that never happened. We would never leave a pile of trash like this. Glassware, but they had glassware at the pool too. You know, you're not supposed to do that. Don't drink at the pool. You can drink at the pool, but don't bring your glass. You know what happens if you break the glass? That glass goes in the pool, somebody gets a cut, the water is filled with their blood, they probably have hepatitis. Next thing you know, the health department is shutting us down. Don't do that. There is an abundance of parking at Kalani all of a sudden. To look at this, you might think Kalani is opening a used car dealership, perhaps to sell cars and pay the bills that they owe. To give you perspective, this is where the cottages are. This is Kalani Kai. My cottage is right over there. You can see K8 down there. I saw them the other day. They were with a tractor. They were mowing this. They were having a good time. They were laughing on the tractor. There were two of them. They were riding together, giggling the whole time. So much fun on the tractor, making parking spaces for the Kalani guests. You saw them dancing last night. That was what we were shooting last night. Lots of dancing. All these people, they own these cars. To look at them, you wouldn't think they would own nice cars. You'd think they'd be hitchhiking. They're Punatics. They're hippies. They don't really come across as well-to-do. But one of them can afford a nice truck, so I applaud them. Good job. More cars here. We saw the other parking lot, the new parking lot. This is the traditional classic parking lot here at Kalani, but it's not quite the same. As you can see, it is very just disorderly. It's chaos in there. This is not really, in my opinion, how a parking lot should be run. So I'm really hoping that this new management gets it together so that they can get what they need, get the resources, and get a good parking lot here. Not just a parking lot, it's also a campground, but it's a campground for cars. We are looking, we're observing, we see people who appear to be living in their cars here in the Kalani parking lot. That would never have happened in the old days, but we are in new times now. This is brave new territory we are entering into, and I'm just really fascinated to see how all this is going to turn out.